Welcome, friends. Welcome to the Lighthouse for a sound meditation session. I'm so happy to have you here, and I'm so happy to be here with you in this way. So today the moon is in its new cycle. And so when the moon is new, from the lens of practice, as a practitioner, that means a few things for us. So in the new cycle, it's a very ripe time to navigate the native island of the innermost body, and to do that in a contemplative, yin, introspective kind of a way. And so that's really what we're going to swim towards in the few meditations that we do today. For the past few weeks, our sessions have been conglomerate practices that have been very full 30 minutes of some of this and some of that. But today we're going to do less practices for longer periods of time, so that hopefully you'll be able to, go even deeper with it. So when we're exploring the native island of the inner body, we're sourcing from within for the within, for ourselves, and we're sorting through the multiplicity of mirages that keep us from feeling whole here now. And what finer way to do that for ourselves than through practice, through the utilization of breathing and mudra and sound and the power of presence. So when I speak of breath, I'm not just speaking of oxygen. I'm also speaking of this grace material that is non-essential, that is essential, that is imperceivable but undeniably here, and that's prana and that's chi. And so when you're breathing, you're not just breathing in oxygen, you're breathing in a cocktail of the two, of the prana and of the oxygen, in a way that's vivifying and activating and inspiring you at all kinds of levels. So for this first meditation, you're going to bring the hands together and you're going to use the outer blade edge of the thumbs, both of them simultaneously, as they will fit into the space between your eyebrows. So you're plugging your thumbs in right here where the nose inserts into the skull. This is an important place in our human anatomy. It's said that we have two eyes for looking, and we have this eye for seeing. And so from the old Indian teachings, this is what would be called the power of the lens. To be able to see the unseeable, to see the unseen, to see it before it manifests, and to trust that from a very instinctual, primal, native place of knowing in the center of the truth of who you are. So place the hands together, place the thumbs here. It should feel like a good clean fit. And then you're going to circle 4 times to the right and 4 times to the left. Real nice and slow pace, even slower than what I just demonstrated. So as the hands are circling to the right, pour this elixir of oxygen and chi into the body. Let it branch through the tree of life that is your human body. And then exhale as the hands are circling to the left. And then back and forth, oscillating back and forth in this way. I'm going to lead us through a meditation here as you continue to sustain the mudra and the movement and the breathing. So arriving in the meditation, arriving in the moment. This is an art. It is an art of expanded living in the expanded self. It's an enchanted state that gives us access to latent physical capacities, to higher states of body function, to higher states of mind and mood. It gives us access to elevated, heightened relationships, and it gives us access to the vast party of personalities and skills that are within us. Access. access. Be present in your body as you're gaining access. Your body, which is the stuff of stars and of the minerals of the earth. Your blood, which runs briny with the sea. The essence of ocean spills through your veins and arteries. The sediments of earth make up your cells, and your genes are universes of themselves, coded with enough information to recreate the entire world. You, friends, you are the apex of the 13 billion years of evolutionary processes that have resulted in your life. You are the apex. Let your imaginings journey far back now to the beginning, when there were great gardeners who lived in the metaverse, a vast farm fertile with energy, creativity, and intelligence and love. And these gardeners were planting a new garden in the boundless, in the limitless universe, externally and internally, nestling ever more deeply into your body, and tuning into the types of seeds that these gardeners must have been planting. Each infinitesimal seed, a microcosm encoded with the energy resources to flower into a richly varied cosmos. Feel your awareness jumping into that realization. And with that leap, that quantum leap, feel yourself journeying, being led to a deeper and more profound understanding of yourself, finding ways to feel into your needs and to meet your needs with less and less expenditure of energy. So more and more of your ripening energy can be devoted to tending the garden of consciousness that is growing inside of you. Recognizing that all of life, birth, death, and rebirth, are expressions of energy in motion. And all emotion is in motion, headed towards its final destination, which is awakened love, force, intelligence. So holding a space in this moment as a practitioner, holding a space for whatever emotion is arising inside of you and trusting that it's in motion, on its way to its final destination. And feel how you are the cosmos in miniature. And feeling and realizing now that the cosmos is a single organism, recreated in its entirety, moment by moment, in the seeds of the quantum gardeners who are working in the great metaverse, which is now flowing to you and flowing through you and branching inside of you, patterning inside of you, continuously through the great tree of life, delivering its nectar, distributing its sap. And feel how you are evolving, still in the movement, still in the breath. Feel how you are evolving towards transcending your suffering, knowing at last that all is within all, the totality present in each part is present within each moment, is present within you, and each part is connected fully to the whole. Let your awareness now move beyond the limited conceptions of any local laws of form, and in doing so, gain access to the very patterns of creation. Planning and planting your particular garden, nourishing the infinitesimal seeds that are coated with the boundless, nourishing them with your love and your attention, with the power and the purity of your presence, remembering, remembering, remembering. Taking this moment now to connect with your optimal codes, your blueprints, your quantum blueprints. Connecting to the emergent evolutionary flow which has been waiting for you to recognize it and to be filled by it. Recognize. Connect to the plan for your larger life as this original template is moving through you, within you, as you, reminding you that you are a carrier of genius as this world is moving. Feel the native island of your body flooding with courage, burgeoning with passion for the possible. Feel how you are embodying a deep belief in self, with rigor, with diligence, and a great wave tide of joy. One more circulation to the right. Inhale. And one more circulation, a 4-cycle circulation to the left. Exhale. Beautiful. And bring the practice to a close. We're going to move into our second meditation for today. And this is it's a breathing exercise. And again, when I speak about exercising our breathing body, it's not just about working with oxygen, right? It's oxygen, it's the elixir of oxygen and chi, of oxygen and prana, that allows us to be connected to the mystery and to move into the mystery with willingness, with curiosity, and in alignment with our genius. So our lungs are the biggest organs in our bodies, and they're wildly underused. However, when we do begin to use our lungs to their fullest capacity, we begin to purify our blood in a really marvelous kind of a way. And when the blood starts to purify, and when the blood is sustained in a purified way, in a purified state, then the brain starts to move quite a bit more rapidly. And so the tool of discernment becomes something that is in its intuitive flow without us needing to reach for it or cultivate it. It's just there and it's working for us. So recognize that as you do this next practice that you are using your lungs, but that you are purifying your blood, and that you're increasing your processing speed. And I think that this is really important right now as we are in this virtual digitized avatar cycle of our workaday world, and even of how we're socializing with family and friends. So bear that in mind as you're practicing. I'm going to pick up my gong here. I've got my wind gong to help set the cadence and the rhythm and the pace for our meditation. So the breathing practice, actually I'm going to set it down because I want to give you a mudra first. The breathing practice is a 4-part inhalation and then a 4-part exhalation. And that inhale and exhale cycle, 8 segments in total, is going to occur while you create this Padma Mudra, which involves bringing the pinky fingers together and thumbs together and the base of the hand just above the wrist together. So you've got 3 anchor points, and then the 6 innermost fingers will be open like the petals of a lotus flower. So what you have here is a void space, okay, the contemplation of emptiness. And you're going to hover this beautiful empty lotus, the Padma Mudra, right in front of the center of the wheel of your trunk, right here, in front of your heart's center. So energize and electrify the fingers, not the fingers that are touching each other, but the fingers that are in full bloom. So you're conveying this internal message, this kind of electricity that is helping you to have a full and blooming heart, a full and blooming mind, and full and blooming loving kindness. So this is a metta mudra that helps us with metta, the loving kindness, and to become an even more sophisticated compassion activist. So compassion is growing within us and emerging from us. From within, for the within, and then for the without. This is the order, the sequence of events as compassion flows. So create the mudra, hover it, look at the tip of the nose, and then you'll inhale like so, and exhale. Remember to energize the fingers. Every time I exhale, I'm pulsing the abdominal wall back and slightly up. This will also be readying the tissues of the body for the final meditation, okay? So keep this going. Use your full lung capacity. So inhale, 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 inhale. Once you get to that fourth inhalation, you should feel so undeniably full because you have maxed out your lungs capacity and sent that signal of purification to the blood and brightness to the mind. Okay, so let's give this a try. 4 inhales and 4 exhales, and I'll set the tone with the wind gong. Inhale wholeheartedly. You are the apex of 13.8 billion years of evolutional process. Exhale into the realization of just how profound that is, and what all you carry, moleculed in the mother lode of your earthy body. Sitting for another moment's time before we transition into the final meditation. Our final meditation is from the family of Mahamudra, which means the Great Seal. So you'll be turning your whole body into a kind of talismanic shape, both on the outside and most importantly on the inside. So you'll inhale fully, okay? You'll flood the lungs. Again, we're really devoted to utilizing the lungs' full capacity. So you'll flood the lungs, and you'll also feel evidence of the inhalation in the back of the kidneys and in the pelvic floor. You want to get your whole trunk irradiated, irrigated even. I like to sometimes feel my breath as if it were a fluid, as if it were water pouring through me and filling me and purifying and cleansing me and connecting me, so that my body is like that power place where the river meets the ocean. So you're going to inhale and hold the breath for a moment, and then exhale. Now as you exhale, at the completion of the out-breath, you squeeze everything at the pelvic floor, lift that energy up into the ball of the belly, pull it back, towards the spine, up towards the diaphragm and the bottom of the heart, and then up into the throat and the vocal cords and the thyroid and parathyroid gland. Okay, so you want to really take the meditation and take the mechanism of the internal mudra all the way through all the locks and dams of the inner body, okay? And the irony in the mechanism of it all is that we're creating these compressions in order to facilitate the flow, okay? And I talk about this kind of thing all the time. This is spanda. It's the need to have life force drawing in order for life force then to ultimately radiate out in an ever-increasing kind of a bandwidth and in an ever-increasingly meaningful way. So we're inhaling and exhaling and hollowing out the belly. Now, if you've never done this kind of thing before, it's going to feel foreign. It may even feel like you can't access it, but just keep putting your foot in the door, and you will develop a relationship with it, and you will develop skills with it, which is a very fine skill to have. Okay, so again, we're taking it from all the way from the pelvic floor up into the thyroid, into the vocal cords, and into the throat. So keep that meditation going while I sing. I'm going to give us a mantra. First, I'm going to take a sip of tea. I'm going to give us a mantra, and this is to Lakshmi. And you'll be hearing me actually call her a different name. I'm going to call her Kamala, which has to do with the mudra that we were just making in the last meditation. So Lakshmi, she helps us. So we've just endeavored into utilizing our full lung capacity and purifying our blood, and therefore elevating and speeding up the processing speed of the brain, right? So she helps us to get in there and to fine-tune the thought waves so that we're not hanging out in the slums of the small self, so that we're having the right kinds of auspicious thoughts. Lakshmi is very much about an auspicious mind. So wherever the mind goes, we go. And wherever the breath goes, the mind goes. So that everything is connected to everything. Still haven't taken that sip of tea. I'm going to do that and then we'll sing. So as you hear the mantra, as you're in the mudra and as you're in the meditation of the breathing, let her connect you to to the highest octaves of who you came here to be and who you can be and who you already are. So keep the hollowing of the belly going. This is one of my favorite practices. Definitely what I'm doing right here, singing, this is one of my favorite practices, but what you're doing, the Mahamudra, Mahabandha, you're doing more of a Mahabandha. But they're from the Maha, they're from the great family. This is a really good practice to develop a relationship with. It will keep you in an optimal health. And this is really important, obviously, in this time. So here we are. Om Shrim Hrim Shrim Kamale Kamalale Prasida Prasida. Oh Bring the practice to a close, please. Inhale wholeheartedly. And exhaling into emptiness. I hope this new moon practice has been useful for you, that has helped align you with the native island of your body and with the cosmic quantum garden that's growing within you, that has helped you to know just how powerfully capable you are with regards to sourcing from yourself, from within yourself, for yourself, and how much discernment you have with regards to shuffling through the mirages so that you can feel wildly whole and well and wise now. Happy new moon. Thank you so much for being here. Sat Nam. Namaste.